Soulja Slim was a big figure during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were close.
Yeah, that's my brother.
How'd you guys first meet?
He younger than me, so I can't really say how we first met. I just could say that he was a young dude in the project coming up, you know what I'm saying, what I was coming up at. You know, but far as me bringing you to the day we met and how we met, no, I could say Slim was looked up to me like, you know, a neighborhood figure, you heard me?
Yeah, I mean, everyone I know from that region looked up to Soulja Slim.
Yeah, but Slim is younger than me.
Yeah.
Slim come up from a tribe that was a lot of young dudes.
Yeah.
I fuck with Slim hard as fuck. That was like my little brother.
Yeah, you said he was more than just a rapper. Everything he rapped about, he really did it. He would get shot like every other week.
Yeah.
He was getting shot that many times?
I mean, he had a lot of things going on, so, you know, he got shot a few times.
Yeah, I remember this was 2003. Me and Bun B had just met. And I was working on the Tupac mixtape, and he was doing verses for the mixtape.
Yeah.
And I remember we were on the phone, and I'm like, did you hear the news about Soulja Slim? Because he had just gotten killed. And he goes, no, what happened? I said, Soulja Slim just got killed. I was like, were you guys close? He said, very close.
Yeah, everybody loves Slim.
And he was like, I'll be honest, I'm not really surprised right now, unfortunately, because he was into so much shit while he was alive that he's like, I'm sad that this is happening, but I'm not completely shocked.
Yeah.
You know? When you found out that Slim got killed, what'd you think?
That is inevitable. Everybody gotta go. You know what I'm saying? It happened. It happened to a lot of people that's from that era. It happened to a lot of people that's from that, you know, that point in time that when it was popping, you heard me? So, you know, I was in jail. I was locked up when I got the news.
Yeah.
It hurt me, but, you know, shit happens.
I mean, it's sad because I remember I interviewed Juvenile, and like Slow Motion was Soulja Slim's first major hit.
Yeah.
But he gave it to Juvenile because I think he was like in between record deals at the time, and Juvenile was really hot at that point.
I don't know nothing about all that. I don't know what
No, I
happened.
interviewed Juvenile. He told me about it. He basically was like, hey, you know, I'll let you be the main artist of the song. You feature me.
The song was hot, though.
And the song, I remember, it was the biggest song of that summer. And then the Juvie the Great album comes out in 2003. It goes platinum. And you get your first #1 song with Slow Motion.
Yeah, and really wasn't my song, Soulja Slim's song. So technically, I never took credit for that record because my dude created it, and it was supposed to be on his album. And he kind of like, he went to my brother and asked my brother to talk to me, like talk your brother into putting it on his album. I think it'd be a better look on Universal than the company he was signed to. So that's how that went. But that was pretty much Soulja Slim #1 single. So if you want to be technical, I never had a #1 single.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I was hanging out with BMF during that time, and it was like that was all they played over and over again.
What the fuck you doing with BMF? What you were doing, Vlad?
They flew me out, man. I was a hot DJ.
Now I'm saying they flew you. Oh, they flew you out to DJ.
They flew me out, not to DJ, just to hang out with them in Atlanta.
What?
I was one of the hot DJs. This was like 2004, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2004. Blue Da Vinci was out there. I was at Big Meech's house in that White House when he was on house arrest at that point. He had the ankle monitor because the Wolf shooting had just happened. Everyone was wearing Free Meat shirts, and he knows Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and the world is BMF billboards, and I'm like looking around going like, this is all going to end very badly.
Why you was thinking that?
The billboards.
I mean,
when I saw the billboards, I said this is going to end badly.
That billboard is promotion, and when you enter Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, they have the So Def billboard. You didn't think like that about Jermaine Dupri?
I knew that So Def was legitimately selling a lot of records.
Yeah.
I was watching music videos by So Def on MTV.
Uh-huh.
BMF had one artist, Blue Da Vinci, who at that point had not sold a single record. And everyone had Lamborghinis, Ferraris, mansions, 100,000 in jewels.
Man, you got to look at it. They probably hit the lottery, man. You got to look at shit the other way. You heard me?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that they did not hit the lottery. And ultimately, what I thought was going to happen, unfortunately, happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I was shocked at the level of flamboyance. I'd just never seen that before.
Yeah.
Not guys that were making money in that type
but
of
they're
fashion.
doing it right now, you know what I'm saying? Today they're doing it more than they were doing it back in BMF day. They got motherfuckers out here that's on game right now. I'm talking about, you know, you got dudes that's pulling up in all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm talking about guys that's doing credit, guys that's doing, you know, they got their own businesses going. They got the young guys with the social media thing going. I mean, it's a lot of ways to make money right now. So, you know, you can't like look at everybody like, oh yeah, they got motherfuckers.
I don't look at everyone like that.
Hey,
I was looking at them like that. And what I'm saying is it was all true, ultimately.
Yeah,
we saw how it all turned out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've interviewed Lil Meech. I've interviewed
J-Bo.
I've interviewed all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't close to them, but I was out there when it was
the
happening.
DJ. You were the motherfucker.
I was a
with
DJ.
The yeah.
Exactly.